So a lot of clients ask us, what happens at the meeting of the creditors? And the meeting of the creditors basically is a meeting when called the meeting of the creditors, but no creditors show up to these meetings unless it's like someone that hates you or someone that has taken something personal. And we're usually able to anticipate that. And so, really, the meeting of the creditors is just called the meeting of the creditors because it's the opportunity for the creditors to show up and ask you questions. But since they don't do that because it costs them money to do that and they have nothing to gain in a typical meeting of the creditors bankruptcy scenario, they don't actually send anybody. And so they have kind of their representative is the trustee. And the trustee is not a judge, it's a person appointed by the judge to protect the rights of the creditors and ask you questions like, did you review your paperwork before you signed it? Was it complete and accurate? Are there any changes that need to be made to the paperwork? They'll ask you if anybody owes you any money. Have you paid back any debts to creditors in the past 90 days or to family members or friends in the last year? They'll ask you if you're expecting an inheritance within 180 days of receiving a discharge in this case. They'll ask you if you could sue anybody or if you've hired a lawyer for any other lawyer besides your bankruptcy lawyer in the past 3 years. Those are pretty much the mainstay questions that they ask you. If you can answer all of those, then your meeting goes pretty quickly. I tell my clients, say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, to the trustee, and once you answer all the questions, the trustee said, okay, I have no further questions, your meeting is concluded. Um, and once they conclude your meeting, then 60 days from then, in a Chapter 7, you get your discharge. About 5 months from then, in a Chapter 13, is the confirmation hearing. We'll talk more about all these things on this channel. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to reach out at our website, freshstart.law, with any more questions you may have. We have a chat function there. We also have a consultation function there that our clients are finding very helpful. And you can call us directly as well, and we'll pick up if we think you're not a solicitor. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in.